Hello, guys. This is King Geo in the house. I want to say what's up. Good day. We have a live show today with Dr. Marge Cohn. Today live with Dr. Marge Cohn. I'm trying to get her on. We're having technical difficulties at this moment. I'm going to put the number here if you guys want to call in. All right. Today's guest is Dr. Marge Cohn, psychologist. 6925. That's the number to call in. Oops, it's 336. I'm sorry. 336 329 6925. Hey, real estate student. Yo, what's up? Hold on a minute. Can we get Dr. Marge Cohn on the line? Hold on a minute. Okay. We're having bad weather today. Okay. You guys, I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Getting Marge Cohn here in a minute. Okay. This is weird. Okay, I got it here. Right? What's wrong with this thing? All right, guys. Coming up.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Cohn.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry for the interference or for the inconvenience. Something went wrong.
That's okay. Did you? We're all live now.
Yes, we are. Guys, we are live.
All right. Hi, everybody.
We only got 3 people so far. Me, you, and somebody else.
Okay, great. Well, we can start whenever you want.
Yeah, give them a few minutes for them to come on, because hopefully they get notified that we're doing a live.
Okay.
You know, when they subscribe, they get a notification.
Yeah.
And then next time for the next one. I'm sorry. Did you call my number? What happened?
Yeah, when I called your number, it just went straight to voicemail. Like, it didn't even ring. I didn't even hear it ring. It just went to voicemail.
I have no idea. The weather been bad. The weather was bad here today, so I don't know. It could be that. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, weird. But okay, we're good now.
Yeah, we are. So let's see. Just trying to get some more people. So how you holding up there in San Diego?
I'm doing good. We're doing good. Just staying safe and doing good. Is it? It's not snowing there, right?
No, hold on a minute. Hello, you're live with King Geo and Dr. Marge Cohn. On the end of the call. Is it what?
Because I saw some places like Arizona are getting snow. You're not getting snow, are you?
No, I'm in North Carolina.
So you're just getting like a lot of rain, like a big storm?
We got rain this morning and we got a tornado warning, but that's about it. The tornado finally touched, but it touched like 20 miles away from here, and someone passed away.
Wow. Yeah, I saw the news. Terrible.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, it is.
Like we've got enough going on without that.
I know, right? And then all of a sudden this pops up. All right, so let's just get the show started. See people come in as we talking.
Yeah. So, hi everybody. I hope you guys are doing okay and staying safe and taking good care of yourselves. The reason I called today, perspective, is because it seems really, really easy to get very caught up in what's going on now, and a lot of people feeling really anxious. It's easy to feel scared. And it's also possible to kind of change the channel so that we're not reacting so much to what's going on outside ourselves, but we're creating from within ourselves the kind of world that we want and the kind of day that we want and the kind of experience that we want to have, so that you've heard, like, well, and this is a good example of being the eye in the center of the storm. So, there can be all this stuff going on, and it's challenging sometimes, for sure. And I think it's an ongoing learning process, but we can learn with, diligence and patience to experience calm in the middle of that storm. So that's kind of where I wanted to start tonight.
All right. So as we're going through this storm, or any storm, but we're doing this storm. How does one that doesn't know how to ride a storm, that's always either panicky because this might happen, or they get stressed out because that thing may happen? How does that person comes out of that?
Yeah. So, and there's so much of that going on right now, especially like on Facebook and social media. All these theories, and everybody's got an opinion, and
everybody's a conspiracy theorist now.
Huh?
I said everybody's a conspiracy theorist now.
Right. There's so much, that there's so many storms that are easy to get picked up in, like, Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, the cyclone just kind of picks up her entire house. So there's so much of that going on right now, and, I see some kind of doom and gloom stuff in the future. So the first thing, at least what I do, is when I notice that I'm starting to feel anxious, or I'm reading something that just feels really bizarre and there's no facts to back it up, and it just seems like someone just kind of made something up to scare people, I notice how I'm feeling. And after a while, I'm like, I've got to get off Facebook. I've got to, so I sort of remove myself from the storm, and I go do something different, which is why I also called tonight's talk Changing the Channel. And the example I love is, you would never watch a TV show that you don't like. You would never watch a TV show that makes you feel miserable. People watch what they like. If there's something on they don't like, they just push the button and they change the channel. And I think that's a really, really good analogy and a good metaphor for how we can change our own channel, because we can be tuned in to the fear channel, and there's a lot of fear channels right now. So each person is going to kind of have, find their own way, whether it's running, jogging, meditating, creating art, making music. Every person's going to find their own thing. Gardening, something that just can help create a shift in your focus, so that you're focused on something that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, that gives you life. And because that's what it's about. I think this whole, there's so many different ways it can be looked at, but I think one of them is this very thing of like how can we each learn to notice and manage our own anxiety and fear. And granted, there's times we're all going to be scared. Nobody really knows what's going on. You know, I watch Governor Cuomo. I'm out here in California, and I watch him every day because I say he's like chicken soup and facts. You know, he's very comforting, but he gives facts. So, and he himself has said, we are all in a place that nobody's been before. No one knows exactly what's going to happen. So we're all having to live with a lot of ambiguity and a lot of not knowing. And truthfully, life is always full of that, but we think, you know, we used to think we knew what was going to happen each day, but we never really do.
And that's the hard part, the ambiguity part, because you don't know. Today is one thing, and then tomorrow is another thing. So you're like in a seesaw.
Absolutely,
and that's confusing in itself.
That's another one of the things that I think this can, if it can be used constructively, is how to tolerate ambiguity. How do we grew up in a culture that tells us, you know, you should know exactly where your life's going. You should know exactly what you want to do. You should have your financial everything. Like the opposite of that. This is like really being able to tolerate the unknown and can bring up a lot of anxiety. So we could get triggered by the conspiracy theories or the gloomy predictions. Certainty about God, like, I don't know what's going to happen if people have lost their jobs, all the different things that are going on for people that make life kind of very, very day-to-day right now, right?
Yeah, and that's like you said, we are in uncharted territory, and if you don't know if you're not a captain of a boat and you're on a boat, you don't know what to do, so you get scared, and that's the way that things are running today in this country. We go back and forth. We hear one doctor say this, then we hear another doctor say that, then we go, they're like someone in one place at one time, and then they're all debunking each other in different ways.
Right.
So you take that. Me personally, I don't take anything that, and I don't want anyone to think this wrong, but I don't take anything that whatever our president says. I don't take whatever he says. I don't take that into consideration. I'm more of the facts guy. I do it. If he was a doctor, or he was a virologist, then I can say, he knows what he's talking about, but he doesn't. And so I basically go, and I just don't listen to one doctor. I listen to different doctors. And then what I also do is that as we're going through this pandemic, and as we're going through this, through this ordeal, I try to look at it and try to see the bright side out of it. If there is one, but I think there is. I think that the bright side, that to me, I see it that maybe more people are spending more time with each other, more people are being appreciative of what they have. That tomorrow is not guaranteed. Those are the things. Those are the things that I look at it.
And we're also seeing, the impacts on the environment and how, there's less fuel emissions and less pollution. And, I think it's a really, really important opportunity for us to really look at how we're living on the planet, how we're utilizing resources or abusing resources, and destroying. No other animal destroys its own environment. So
Well, animals act on instinct. Is their nature.
sorry?
I said animals act on instinct. Is their nature.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
we as human beings, we act beyond we act beyond something that we shouldn't be. I mean, there's no reason why a person should go to Africa and hunt down a giraffe and take a picture of it and think that's a trophy. That's that,
Absolutely.
That's not human. That's not there's nothing good that comes out of it. Why would you do something like that? That animal didn't do anything to you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's my feeling 100%. And people are going to have different opinions on this, but I feel like every species that's on the planet, even whether it's an ant or, well, mosquito I will kill a mosquito though.
Okay.
I won't kill anything. If there's a spider in my house, I'll bring it out. If there's ants, I'll sprinkle a little lemon juice because they hate that and they'll go around it. I feel guilty about it, but I will sometimes get a mosquito because I know it wants to get me, and they sometimes have diseases.
Well, every animal has a purpose in this world, as I was talking to my sister today.
Yeah.
But it becomes, I don't mind having 1 or 2 spiders in my house, okay, but when I have 20 or 30, that's a different story, because I know having them outside my house, they'll do their web and they'll keep certain animals away from my house. So that part I know.
But this brings up the whole other topic of, that people, a lot of people think that we're higher up and more important than all the other species. And I personally disagree with that. I think we need to live in harmony with the planet and all the species and be respectful and avoid destroying environments and making our own species go extinct. No other species, does that. And what you said, they go on instinct, is really the main. I think that's really crucial. We're the only species that feel like, in many ways, lost our instincts.
Right.
Like
a tiger will never attack you unless it fears for itself or it's hungry.
And most people, if you put them in the woods, they would not know north, south, east, or west. So sort of basic orientation and basic connection with the land and the planet. And, our DNA is really the same as 50,000 years ago when people were hunter-gatherers. So, we're living in a lot of very artificial environments. And
artificial and vain.
Huh?
We're living in an artificial and vain environment.
Artificial and what?
And vain.
Vain?
Yes.
Like focused on ourselves?
Yes. When a person is very vain, they just think about themselves, and maybe in a narcissist way.
And I mean, this can go into political, and I don't want to go into that, but
no, that's another subject.
It does bring up the question, and I'm not even sure where I stand on this, because I think it's a confusing thing. Like, our culture is geared towards individuals creating their own careers, individuals making their own money. Does it work? I'm not saying I want to be communist or socialist or anything like that, but I'm just questioning, maybe we need to start working cooperatively instead of every person for themselves.
Well, that's where I was at earlier on this week, that I was talking to my subscribers, and I was saying that in a time like this, there should be no political party. There should be no religion. That we should all work in this together, because this is, we are in the same boat. But then you come and you see when they were doing this stimulus, the Republicans don't want to do this, or the Democrats don't want to do that. This is not a time for for chat. This is a time to get everything done.
Yeah.
For the greater good of the people. That everything else can come last. Everything else is irrelevant.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's time to work together and, hopefully, and going back to the earlier themes from the last couple of talks we did about the irritation and the pearl and how the irritating things can lead to something, beautiful being formed, or the lotus coming from the muck. I think all of this, and I'm not at all downplaying the terrible, illness and things that individuals and families and losing jobs and all these very real, scary things that people are going through. I'm not downplaying that at all, but also saying, this is a great, maybe a really great opportunity for humanity to get our act together. I don't know if we'll have another chance like this, and we may have no choice. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I heard some big meat workplace is closing because all the workers got sick. So, well, maybe we're not supposed to eat pork anymore. I don't know. Maybe that's not so healthy for the environment, and it's certainly not good for the pigs. And and I'm not like a total vegetarian. I eat cheese sometimes. I eat a lot of cheese. Each thing has different views, and there's no right or wrong, but really we do have to start thinking about what's good for not just me, and Governor Cuomo talks about this all the time, this e pluribus unum, not what's just good for me, but what's good for everybody.
Exactly. What's good, because we do share the planet.
Actually do that. Huh?
I said, we do share the planet.
Yes, we do share the planet, and there's a lot of different opinions and a lot of different, and we have to sort of be able to tolerate people with different opinions and different views. I see a lot of people getting very, very angry if people share different views. I have a friend who happens to believe in a lot of these, what I call conspiracy theories. She believes in a lot of stuff that I just don't believe. I've seen no facts for it.
Exactly, me neither.
I questioned something that she said, not in an angry way. I just presented a different point of view. Well, maybe it's this. And she completely freaked out. And, we've got to learn how to, be able to talk with people that have different points of view.
Exactly.
And everybody sees things from a different point of view.
That's one of the things that I got from when I started going back to college 2 years ago, that I took an ethics, within my curriculum was an ethics class. And that, I respect everybody's opinion. That's from the beginning. But when I went to the ethics class, it gave me more of a perspective as to respecting the opinions of others even more, because we all think differently. We all think, like he gave us an example of they're outside, they're killing everybody, and you're downstairs in the basement, and there's 5 of you, and you have your baby, and they're killing everyone, and they know that if that baby screams, you all die, or will you let that baby die? Will you suffocate that baby for all you guys to live? So we're debating this in class, and that's how and within that debate, you learn to respect other people's opinion.
Yeah.
And that's why I got out of the ethics class. It was very good, and I enjoyed it. I think everyone should take one of those once in their lifetime, so they could, everybody has a different opinion. You have to look at it from another person's perspective. Just because I did this and you may not like it, but you don't know why I did it, and if I did it, you might not. It falls that there's a lot of scenarios. And if a person's never walked in your shoes, then that person may never understand. And sometimes it's hard to make that person understand because they've never been there.
Yeah, and I think, it's awesome that you had that experience. And I think sometimes a classroom is like a really, really, really good way to get this, because you're actually sitting and talking with real people. Whereas like with these debates and discussions on Facebook, nobody can see each other, and people just want to get their idea across, and they're not really open to other ideas or even facts at times. So I that's part of how I take care of myself, and going back to what we were talking about a little bit ago about being that calm in the storm, is when I realized there's no way to have a real conversation with these people. We're not hearing each other at all. I'm just going to go for a walk. I'm just going to quietly back out.
Sometimes that's the best thing to do, because you cannot. You don't want to call them stupid, but they're just some people that they are hard-headed, that will not, no matter how you can show them proof, and they'll still say no, that's not it.
Yes.
So people like that, you just let go. You say, okay, fine, no problem. Okay.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dr. Cohn.
And then I'll realize, I don't even know these people. Why am I even engaging with them?
Maria Larios asked Dr. Cohn, how can I deal with my panic attacks?
Well, I think I haven't talked with you directly, but maybe the first thing you could see is start keeping a journal and start seeing, do they arise in any sort of specific circumstances? Like, is it random? Is it after you speak with someone named Joe? Is it like is it something specific that you notice you get the panic and anxiety after? Or is it just kind of random? So that would be the first thing, is to kind of get a sense, is if there's a specific thing that's triggering the anxiety.
There you go. I suffer from panic attacks, and I try to pinpoint it, but I know what it is, but I still can't get over it.
Well, and sometimes also it can be really sporadic. Sometimes it can just kind of come out of nowhere. And then I think, what often can be happening is that there is something going on in the person's life, and they're storing all those emotions in their body, and then it kind of erupts out in the panic attack, and it may seem unrelated to anything that the person can pinpoint, but there's probably something going on. And then, then from there, actually dealing with the symptoms, there's, it depends partly what symptoms they are, because a lot of symptoms of panic attack can look exactly like a heart attack,
right?
Like pounding hard and dizzy and shortness of breath. So first you've got to make sure that you're not having something that requires emergency medical attention, which can sometimes be a little difficult because it can really look like it.
Maria says first attack is random.
It's random. Mm-hmm. And what does she get? Is it like pounding hard, or does she what happens for her specifically?
Well, she heard you. Let her come into it when she has to.
A lot of
my panic attack. And I'm sorry, my panic attack, I think, stems from like you said, my past, because I spoke to my psychiatrist when I was back in New York, and she said, Gio, it could be something from your past. And she was talking about, have you ever thought about maybe hypnotism? And I'm like, so no, someone told me about hypnotism, and I told her about it. But then I said I wouldn't want to get hypnotized, because if it's something from the past that is coming out slowly, but I don't remember it, then I don't want to remember. If I don't remember it now, I don't want to bring the past back.
I mean, and I have no training in hypnotherapy, so I can't really comment on that. I know some people find it really helpful. I mean, if people, I mean, that's kind of a whole other topic. When people have things in their past that they don't want to deal with, does it show up in their life in other ways? But
no, I don't remember mine. I was a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Has Maria written?
Yeah, she said. Yeah, she said. She said it started after a night terror, shortness of breath, pounding heartbeat, dizziness, nausea, trembling.
Yeah. So the first thing, I mean, a lot of anxiety, people that treat anxiety will say the first thing to do is to sort of put yourself in the present moment, because a lot of times when the people are feeling that, they start having all kinds of scary thoughts like, I'm going to die, this is wrong. And, to just kind of sit down and say, take a deep breath and say, like, okay, I'm here right now. I'm in my house. I'm safe. I see a book that I like to see things, to start identifying things in the environment. What I think is the key really to life and to being calm and being as much in control as possible is getting focused on the breathing. Because most people, when they get really anxious, you've all heard, the breathing gets really rapid and really shallow. And that kind of, then you've got like cortisol going and adrenaline, and it just feels like it can feel really out of control. So the first thing is I would like sit down and start taking some slow, deep breaths, like, and like really letting your lungs fill and like slowing the whole thing down is the first thing I would recommend.
She says she gets shoulder blade pain. Well, that's what I do. The way I deal with my anxiety attacks is what you said. I concentrate. I first start, because I could be sleeping and I just get it, and then when I get up, I know nothing's gonna happen to me. At first, that's how I thought it was. I thought it was, years ago. I've been in this for 20 years. And I thought it was a heart attack, and the doctor said, no, breathe. Breathe. This is not a heart attack. Breathe into this brown bag and blood and stuff like that. So that helped me. So when I was drinking, I didn't get them as much. But when I stopped drinking, I started getting them more often. So
that's interesting.
So what I do now.
That's really interesting.
Excuse me?
That's really interesting, because it sounds like the alcohol was numbing down your anxiety. So the alcohol, it was like kind of like medication. It was like, that term self-medicating. It was almost like anti-anxiety medication. So when you didn't have the alcohol, all that anxiety kind of,
right, because when I didn't have it, when I didn't drink, I used to get an anxiety attack. And then what I do now is when I'm getting an anxiety attack, I know I'm getting one, I look at my bottle of lorazepam, and I know, and I say to myself, if I take one of these, it'll go away, and it usually does. Knowing that I have the bottle next to me helps me.
Yeah. And I know those work really quickly. In 15 minutes, your nerves will be completely
it does
calmed down.
it helps me out a lot. I mean,
Um,
that's one thing that's helped me a lot, and I've been on it for years, but it helped me. And like I said,
yeah.
it's like Maria. Sometimes it just comes out random. I could be walking and I get it. I'm like, whoa, why am I getting this? I'm not thinking about something.
Yeah, no, for sure. It can come out of nowhere sometimes. And then I think it's even more confusing because it's harder to know where it's coming from. And, now, especially with everything going on now, I think it's also really easy to pick up other people's anxiety.
Exactly, that's true.
We're a lot more porous than we look. Like I've noticed, I'll be in my house, I'll be totally calm, and I don't go to the store very much, but I've gone a few times, and sometimes when I've gone, let's say a few weeks ago, it's a bit better now, but 3 weeks ago, the shelves out here, there was like nothing. There was no bread, nothing in the cans, and like forget about the paper. Like there was like nothing there, and everybody was kind of walking around in this like weird daze. And I have this thought like, oh my gosh, what if I'm not going to be able to find any food? And then I realized I'm feeling anxious. But when I came home, I realized everyone in that store was anxious. And, I picked up a lot of other people's anxiety that wasn't even mine. So, and some of us are more porous than others. So, let's say you notice that you're in a good mood when you go meet your friend, you feel great. And then you leave your friend and you're feeling like really sad or angry. There's a really good chance you picked up not only their emotion, but you picked up the emotion that they're not willing to feel for themselves. Like they've pushed it into they're not wanting to deal with it or see it, but you're very empathic and you pick it up. So I think that kind of stuff happens a lot.
That happens to me too.
Yeah.
That happens to me.
Yeah.
Happens to me with my wife when I was dealing with this. It's, like I said, like we said, it's new to us. This is uncharted grounds. And then when she's being all anxiety about what's going on. That the kids were working, and she didn't want the kids to be working because something could happen to them. She didn't want nothing to happen to us. So her anxiety was accumulating to me. And being that like I'm the head of the household, I'm like, well, I have to do this because I have to survive. We have to survive. There's no other way. But then when I looked at it and I looked at it from a broader spectrum, I said, but wait a minute, is it really? Let me look at it. Is it really worth it me doing this for this amount of money and I can get this and risk my life for it? I try to balance it out. So then I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to do this. Okay, I was doing Walmart, so I'm not going to do Walmart because Walmart was not taking care of the employees. I'm not going to do Walmart. I'll stay home, and as I stay home, that'll ease her anxiety. So she knows that I'm home. She knows the kids are home.
Yeah.
So that eases her anxiety, and it eases mine.
Yeah, and I think it's I don't have kids, but I can appreciate how much more stressful this whole time could be with people with kids. Like, all of a sudden their kids are home for who knows how long, and if they worked and could still work, they can't because someone has to be like, people's lives have been really.
No, this has changed. This has changed. This has changed people's lives completely. I mean,
yeah.
How do now? The thing about this whole thing now. Here we are. We're in the middle of this war with this little monster, and then after it's done or somewhat done, should I say? How do we pick up? How do we go? How do we move forward? Because we know for at the very beginning, for how long it goes, we don't know. But in the very beginning, when the president decides to do whatever he wants to do, like open up the market, whatever the case may be, when things starts normalizing, how do we be able to be normal all over again? Because we're not gonna hug each other like we used to. We're not gonna shake hands like we used to. We're not gonna gather at events like we used to.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine even like going to a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. Something that you enjoy doing, you can't do it because you may think, oh, does this person have it? Does this person have it?
Something as simple as going to a restaurant seems like so far off right now. But I like what Governor Cuomo said, and I just love him because he lays out facts, and he said it's not going to be a switch. If you look at what his press conference today, I thought was excellent. He said it's not going to be this switch, like suddenly you turn on and everything's back the way it was. He was saying it's going to be gradual.
Of course,
it has to be done gradually. So, and I just wanted to kind of mention this other thing about facts versus fiction, and everyone, it's like a whole other topic of how each person decides what's real for them and and maybe we could talk about this another day, but how do we decide what's real for us? How do we make decisions about what we believe in, who to believe, what to believe? I think this is another thing that's really come up for me in watching people believe certain things that don't seem plausible at all, but then they want to discount professional infectious disease specialists, or suddenly like the scientists don't know anything, but Joe from down the block has it all figured out.
Right.
So it's just another, and I'm questioning myself. How do I come to my beliefs? What influences me in coming to like what I think about something? And it's another really good opportunity to do that. So does anybody let's call in, you guys? Let's talk with you.
Maria said, I'm afraid to go out. How do I get over that now?
Well, we're depending on where you are, we're recommending everybody. Not we're recommending the country's recommending everybody pretty much stay in unless you have to go out for essentials. So you don't have to go out right now. You can stay in. Is it that you're fearful of going to the store, or like what? Do you know what you're fearful of? Are you afraid of getting sick, or like what? Do you just get anxious when you get ready to go out, or like what happens?
You heard that, Maria? Let me see if she answers. She says she'll call. Hold on.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And before she calls, that's the one thing I wanted to get with you is that you have to. Oh, here it goes. Hold on a minute. Hello, you're live with King Gio and Dr. Marge Cohn.
Hi, is this Maria?
Do you hear this to her, Marge?
Hi, Maria. Hi, Dr. Marge. How are you? I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm okay. My question was, I am fearful now to go out. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and I have her here at home. So how do I get over all those fears of going out? I'm afraid of going out to the mailbox. I'm afraid of, my son doesn't live at home, and I'm afraid of having him to come visit me. I haven't seen my son in weeks because I don't want him in my house in fear of him bringing something. I don't let my daughter play with the dogs because I'm in
Yeah. So it sounds like maybe your son shouldn't visit right now because they're really recommending people stay home. But when you say like you're afraid to go to the mailbox, are you afraid of getting sick? Do you know what you're afraid of?
I'm afraid of getting sick. I'm afraid of having my husband or my daughter being contaminated because I can get sick. I'm afraid of me getting myself sick from thinking about this too much. I haven't been out of the house for a while, and I'm afraid to go out of the house because I don't want to be contaminated. Now I'm thinking that if I go out the house, it's airborne. All this it's like mentally and emotionally playing with me, and and I'm exhausted. So I need to cope with it, and my panic attacks are getting even worse. Too much pain in my back. Sometimes I feel like I'm short of breath. Sometimes I feel like I can't even breathe at times. And it's becoming hard on me, and I have to be good. I need to be mentally well for myself to be able to be there for my daughter, and of course my family here at home. So how do I cope with those things? All this news.
It's a bit much, absolutely. So the first thing I would ask you, and not for you to even answer now, but for you to think about, what are you doing to take care of yourself, and what are you doing, what can you do that can help you relax? Like, can you take a nice long hot bath? Can you make your favorite tea? Like, make a list of things that you can do to take care of yourself, and even literally, like, you can hug yourself and say, you're okay, you're okay, because the fear and all the chemicals in the body that get triggered with fear and anxiety, they sort of perpetuate themselves. So if someone's feeling fearful, they'll keep looking on Facebook for more stories, and they'll stay on there for hours. So the first thing is we want to, I would see how to cut into fear and change that pattern, start to change pattern a little bit, and say, okay, what are some things I can do each day for me? Just you. That's one thing. And then the other thing is, like, when you say you're scared to go to the mailbox, I mean, it may help you if you get down and say, like, if I go, let's say, to the box with a mask and gloves, what are the chances that I would even encounter anybody? I don't know where you live. Is it really like a busy, crowded, congested area with lots of people outside?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's an area of, older people. It's a very quiet, nice. I live in Florida, closer to the mountains rather than the city. I'm away from the city. But it's just, I'm just panicking all the time. I like the idea that you said, that I should hug myself, and maybe that's something I could, I could do to make myself feel better. Is hug myself and say, you're okay, Maria. There's nothing wrong. You're fine. And maybe work on that. But I guess hugging myself and reading that. That would be a good idea for me. I thank you for that suggestion. That's an awesome suggestion. For everybody. It's just take time for themselves and give yourself a pat on the back or hug yourself like that. Hug yourself, and I think that'll work. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And even every little thing, I think it's really easy. Some people think they have to still be productive during this time and start a new hobby or learn a new language. Or if you get out of bed and get dressed, that's an accomplishment right now. I think every little thing, and if you want to stay in bed and sleep all day, that's okay too. Like, give yourself permission to all, because it's so easy to be fearful right now, and I'm not saying don't feel those feelings. Let yourself feel it, but see if you can not let it take over you. What I have found also really helpful too is moving around physically, like dancing to music, like just anything that sort of changes my focus.
Okay.
If you feel like crying, cry. If you feel like sleeping all day and you can do it because your body's probably exhausted, like just each day or each hour say, like, what can I do for myself right now? Like, how can I be nice to myself right now?
Now's the time to pamper yourself, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I said that now is the time to pamper yourself.
Yeah, now is the time to be like the nicest we can to ourselves.
Well, thank you. That was very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's nice talking to you.
Thank you for the call, Maria.
And take good care of yourself.
That's a good, that's a good. You made a good point. Now it's for all you guys, and even myself. I'm going to take this into consideration. Not consideration. I'm going to do it. Now is the time that you can pamper yourself. If you want, those times that you said you can't sleep in, now you can. Now the time that you said you can't eat all that, now you can. The time you said you can't sleep late at night, now you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like be like the nicest you can to yourself that you've ever been, and let go, if you can, of like any expectations, like, oh, I should clean my garage. I've been wanting to clean my garage for like 2 years, so I haven't gotten to it.
That's a good thing to do. If you got something to do in your house.
I haven't even gotten in there. So, and it's okay. It's like, it's all okay. As long as we're, nice to ourselves.
Exactly. That's what I say. In the long run, this is something that's going to take time, but it's going to fade. I say to the people who are listening, this is just my opinion. Don't listen to everything you see on Facebook. Don't listen to everything you see on YouTube. Don't listen to everything. I mean, there are people out there who will actually try to destroy another person's mind because they have this conspiracy theory that by the government, by the president saying, or your local governor saying that you have to stay at home, they say to themselves, "Oh, that's a way they're taking away your civil rights, or they're taking away your amendments." No, it's not taking it. It's not taking anything away from you at all. It's saving your life. And today I saw something of a young lady who her boyfriend just passed away the other day. She was 27 years old. He was healthy. And she said, stay at home, not just for the people that you love, but stay at home for those people who have passed. Because don't let those people's lives who passed away, don't let their death go on vain. And that was that was something nice, and that was very interesting. She did say, don't stay home for your, just for your family members, but stay home for the people who have died, because you don't know who's out there who has it. You don't know by you walking. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna get it because I'm healthy. But you go out there, you get it, and you asymptomatic, and you pass it on to somebody else unknowingly, and you just keep on passing it. So you don't want to do that. Me personally, I feel guilty about that if it happened to me. So I'm not that selfish, That's why I took it to myself that I'm not going to do Walmart. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay with my wife, and I'm not going to go out unless I necessarily have to go out. And when I do, it's going to be with gloves and masks. But I'm not going to put myself in a position that I can bring something home or put myself in a position that I can give something to someone that I don't even know I have.
Oh, the connection. Oh, I can't hear you at all. Are you there?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't hear me?
Okay,
What about now? Can you hear me now?
can hear you now, yeah.
No, I said that's one of the reasons that I had left my job, because I don't want to go out there and get something that I don't necessarily. If I don't have to go outside, I don't have to go outside. But if I have to necessarily go outside, I will go outside with my gloves and my mask. But it has to be something necessary. I don't want to go out there, catch something, and bring it here. Nor do I want to go out there and give something to someone that I don't even know that I have, because you can be asymptomatic and have no symptoms at all and have it, and then it go away on its own, but you pass it on to 10,000 people. I don't want to do that.
Absolutely. And I personally agree with everything that you've said. I think, just my own recommendation is stick with people that have, the public health infectious disease specialists, epidemiologists, people who spend their lives studying this stuff.
That's why I listen to.
Random guy on YouTube, or Facebook, some random theory where people are cherry picking facts and making things up and really. I'm more scared of that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Than what's going
exactly
on.
because even though you may not think it, but then you hear that, and then it just triggers in it stays in your brain for whatever long time it goes. Someone can say, oh, this came from this because it happened because of this. You and I, as smart people, we can say, nah, but then something in our brain, like, wait, that may have a truth to it. And then you stay with that thought for a little bit. You're like, nah, never mind. But you entertain that thought.
And what I've noticed, and this is also, I think, a really great opportunity if people are interested in this, to see where in your body you feel the fear when you're reading something that makes you feel anxious. I notice when I read some of that stuff, I get this really kind of anxious feeling right in my chest, which is where this illness goes. So if people are feeling that, and then they feel like they can't breathe, that's like, kind of the absolute opposite of what we want to be feeling, because that anxiety can make people more susceptible. The fear definitely affects the immune system.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Just do what makes you feel strong and good, and make sure you get sunlight. If you're in a place that has direct sun, make sure you get the, life force of the sun, and get some fresh air, and take good care of yourself is the best thing. And if you guys have any questions, or you want to email me, I'll, put all that information below. And thank you guys for everyone that was here. And just about 5 here, so I'm going to get going. And thank you, Gio, for having me on.
You're welcome.
And I will talk to you later, and we'll catch everybody next time.
Axel Rod said, give her a second. Can't hear the doctor at the end. What was it that you said at the end?
Hi, Axel. How are ya?
You guys, there's a phone number for a reason. Don't be shy. Call.
Well, no, I've got to go.
Oh,
now.
I know you got to go now, but I'm saying for the next time.
Yeah, it's cool. I love it when people call in, because it's.
What I'm going to do, Dr. Cohn, what I'm going to do for the next one is I'm going to tell you to download StreamYard. So in our next interview, when we do, it's not going to be interviews no more. This is going to be the show. So when we do the next show, the people can see you, and they can, they see who they're talking to.
Okay, I'll try and get up to speed with that tech. I haven't used that app yet.
It's very it's very easy once you download it and your YouTube, I'm assuming stuff like that, and I get StreamYard. I invite you to StreamYard. Then from your computer shows you, it shows me, and we go to split screen. It's very easy. Axel said, "Sorry, I miss her. Thank her, miss you."
Hi, Axel. I hope you're doing okay and staying safe and doing good.
All right, Dr. Cohn.
All right, you guys.
I want to say thank you very much. You've been very helpful. Like always, you're gracious, and thank you for giving me a piece of your time.
Well, thank you so much for having me on, and stay safe, everybody, and take good care of yourselves. And this will, at some point, we will get through this. Things may be a bit different, but hopefully we'll also have some things that are better. Okay, so have a great night wherever you are.
All right, thank you, George.
Good. Talk to you soon, Gio.
All right, God bless. So there you go, guys. Guys, when she's on the phone, call in. Don't be shy. That's what the calling's for, so you can vent like Maria did, so you can vent, and and you can hear other people's joy, you can hear other people's pain or suffering. We're going through some hard times. It is not easy. So hearing someone else's voice going through something, and maybe something that you may say may trigger that person. Like, you know what? Axel's right. Why am I doing this? I'm gonna do what Axel's doing. I'm gonna do what Maria's doing. I'm gonna do what Dr. Marge said to do. You interact. That's what the calls are for. You know what I'm saying? So Ray, did you leave? Because Ray was another one who just came out the hospital for COVID-19. And he said he's going through some anxiety, so hopefully that he'll get over that soon. It's not easy having anxiety. I suffer from that. It's not easy, and I'm on my back because I tweaked the muscle or nerve, but I've been doing that for years now. So yeah, Axel. So what's up with you? So did she help Maria? I'm trying to get more people entwined into this. So I'm trying. So yes. So this was good. This was a good talk. Maybe hopefully when the other people who listen to this video during the week, they can see it and then maybe they get something from it. So actually, so you said I got commercials on my videos? Well, she's a psychologist, King Paco. You go to Vaxxer for anything. Maria says, but I'm scared because I'm susceptible due to my anxiety, lower my immune system. But do what the doctor says, Maria. Pamper yourself. This is a time for you to pamper yourself. This is a time for you to say, you know what? I may not go out, but now I want to do this. I want to hug myself. I want to do this. I want to play with my kid. I want to do something with my husband. I want to play with the dog. It's time for you to do things that you probably didn't do before that you could do now within your own, with the own confines of your own home. And that, that takes your mind away from a lot of things. Like she was saying around before you got on, she was saying there are some people who are watching TV shows that they would never watch before. Yeah, I know, Axel. Go on a binge, watch I watch The Honeymooners. I haven't watched Cheers in a long time. That's a good show to watch. Archie Bunker, the Jeffersons, things that will get your mind off of all this, and don't be afraid to go outside and get your mailbox. Don't, because fear brings your immune, like I said, fear brings your immune system down, and you don't want to give in to your fear. You wanna the best way, my son told me the other way, the best way to beat your fear is to learn from the fear. So you gotta learn. So you learn what in your case, if it's the virus, you gotta learn about the virus. You gotta learn what it does. You gotta learn that 80% of the people recuperate. You gotta learn everything, and once you learn everything about it, then it eases you. You can say, you know what? So now I could be a little bit. I'm not gonna take all my guards out, but I look at a little bit my guards down. I can go outside and get my mail. I can do that. Some other thing that if you want to do too, put a Ziploc bag inside your mailbox and have the mailman put it in there, and you sanitize. There's a lot of things you can do, but just don't let your fear get to you. Yes, garage cleaning is great. I told my son we're gonna do something with the storage in the back. Kill time. And I want to see. I want to get a landscaper. So give me some ideas how to landscape the front of the house, the back of the house. Maybe we're gonna be this for a while. We might as well do something, right? So we got, so like I said, the reason that I do these lives now more, I'm trying to do them no more now, because I want people to get away from that watching the TV and watching all these kind of stuff. I want us to talk about different things. Talk about if a person did survive the COVID. Okay, fine. What the person is doing to cope. What happened in your day today? What you experienced today? What happened to you last week? Your husband said a funny joke when he never says a funny joke. I'm gonna tell you something right now. My father called me yesterday to see how I was doing. My dad never calls. He never calls. And I'm like, okay, are you okay? My mom's like, yeah, your dad calls. Weird, right? I'm like, yeah, it's weird. Then today I called my mom, and my dad was cooking steak at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. My dad don't do that. So, I'm like, he goes, I'm bored. So I'm like, okay, fine. He's doing something different. What I gotta do is I gotta learn how to do this thing with a super chat. Because at nighttime, a lot of people get on like around 1 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people like to get on. Oh, no, I said that this is my new YouTube room. It was my daughter's room, but she's not coming here anymore. So I want to make it my YouTube room. Yes, I know actually, but I don't know how to do it because it says snack because when it says I know I'm gonna ask Mansa because Mansa doesn't have super chat yet. But I'm gonna call him today because it says there's something about stream, and then it says you have to have an encoder, which I do have an encoder, but I still don't know how to do any of this stuff. I mean, I downloaded an encoder. Then I look on YouTube, and the YouTube says how to set up, how to enable super chat. I already enabled it. I just needed to start, because right now I'm streaming, but I'm streaming web, right? I'm using the camera web. I'm web, but I want to stream. So when you stream, that's how you do the chat. You need an encoder. I guess she's doing good. She's doing good in New York. She's doing good. So and look at all my hats. I haven't even cleaned up my hat. Look at my hats. My hats are gonna go all over here. I'm gonna put a nice TV there. But I'm gonna make the downstairs also my room too, right? Because this room, we was gonna take this room and put it into one. But then because there's 2 bedrooms here and then 2 bedrooms in this apartment downstairs has 2 bedrooms. Then we figured we're gonna leave this one here. So when we get guests, a family member wants to come over, we never get guests anyway. Wants to come over, they can sleep in, they can have here. Yes, Maria, my hats. I gotta put my hats because I don't want to nail nothing. I don't want to nail them, so I don't want to mess up the walls. I'm gonna put them on hooks. But I wanted the baseball season to start because what I wanted to do is I wanted to buy more Major League Baseball hats, and I want the 30 teams, and I wanted to put one wall American League, another wall the National League, and then put them as in the standing, who's on first or second, and every day, where boom, 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 like that, and I move them around. It gives me something to do. Yeah, I know. Actually, I know. We try. Mama and I try, but some kids are hard headed. You just gotta let go. I told her the other day. I don't want to put all my problems here, but I told her the other day I can't help you out no more. You gotta do what you gotta do. You're a big girl. You wanted to move out. That's it, man. I got my kids. Yeah, I am, but I got a lot of stuff I gotta take out of there, bro. It's a shed, and the owner of this house, he knows about all these stuff. He got plumbing tools, he got saws, he still got some wallpapers from here. He got polyurethane, paint thinner. So I gotta take all that stuff out. And for me to take all that out, I need myself a whatchamacallit. I had to rent one of those from Waste Management. So what is it? A garbage bin. One of those big garbage bins. So I need to rent one of those so I can take all that out. And then take that and fix it, and then maybe insulate it in the inside a little bit, paint them, get some sheetrock, put it up. Oh no. I know polyurethane is flammable, paint thin is flammable. I know. I used to work with polyurethane. I used to do the floors. I used to sand them down real nice, and then put the color in it, and then put the polyurethane. That's what it gives it that little shine that you have right there. I want to get more shiny though. I like the shine. Keen Paco says, if you're talking about she needs to run away from me, it's not that. I know for years. And she never acted like this. The best thing to do is let them live their lives. It's nothing to do with this. It's nothing to do with runaway. Bye, Maria. Thank you. Hope you feel better. Yeah, Joe. You know who he is. Oh, my back. Yes, my back. Oh, I've been like this like for 3 seconds. Give me a break, guys. You forgot to ask me, Joe, who am I mad at? Because that's your thing. Who are we mad at? No, this whole thing had the whole house has AC. I have a double fuel pump with propane gas. Yeah, I know. Paco. Paco the mayor, right, Joe? He said he wanted to talk to the doctor about a lady, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to shout her out because he doesn't want to embarrass her, and he doesn't want to embarrass himself. So why even bring up the topic? Hey Joe, let me ask you a question. I know that, Joe, but he doesn't know that. Or he's what you call selective listening. He has selective listening. He has selective understanding. Everything for him is all selective. Paco and Gio have fun. Come on, Axel. Come on. You want to be my BFF in the future when we get old and we're 60s and we need a wheelchair? You better be nice. Yo, Paco, you know you're talking gibberish because you're talking something that we have no idea what you're talking about. You just read what you said. She does, but she has a lot of problems that happened years ago that I didn't know. She never acted like this. Like we don't know what problem she has, so we don't know what you're talking about. We don't know how she acted before because you never told us how she acted before. So why are we talking about her? We haven't even said anything about her. It's like the Flintstone. We're the Flintstone. We're the yabba dabba do time. Hey Joe, let me ask you a question. Joe. Hi Joe MC, miss your talk. Joe, you haven't even when was the last time you did a that wasn't the question I was gonna ask you, but when was the last time you did a well Joe, when was the last time you did a video? Oh, he's gonna do an expose. You know that. That's Paco style. You don't play my game. I'm gonna put you out there. I'm gonna say that you and this guy are lovers, and you and this guy are this. Gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger, a cheeseburger today. Well, certainly, when Papa the Sailor Man, when Papa the Sailor Man, I'm strong to the finish, 'cause I teach me spinach. I'm Papa the Sailor Man. Ah, cha 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 cha. Never because she has problems. Bro, you have problems, dude. Jesus, hallelujah. That hasn't been around. I used to say that a lot. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a cheeseburger today. Sakati sakatash. Oh man. So yeah, man. Joe, so the question that I was gonna ask you, how long how long after this is over you think we get back to norm? You're an astute woman. Of course, we all have problems. There's no one, even the richest person in the world, which is Jeff Bezos, he has problems. He won't tell you he has problems. Of course, he has problems. Life wouldn't be life if we didn't have problems. Because from our problems is where we learn. From our mistake is how we grow. You know? Come on, guys, hit that like button. Hit that like button. I got 7 people, 3 likes. Come on, come on, come on. Feel the noise. Girls rock the boy. Yo, we should bring the A. Yeah, I know. I gotta do that. I gotta do that AA thing. Now that people are inside, this is a great time to do it. Yeah. No, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put him. Yeah, but you don't you work, Axel? Could you imagine this laptop falls on me and it crashes me like this, or like this, or like this? What do you think? Kind of messed up, right? Ripley's, believe it or not, this young man was talking on his laptop and it fell on his face, and all of a sudden his face went into like 1,000 pesos. Yes, you gotta do something. You gotta do something to get out of that boredom, Axel. Like Dr. Cohn said, pamper yourself. That's gonna be in my video. Pamper yourself. Yeah. Yo, Paco, if you come here to talk about someone else's problem, and then that's the forum, no one's gonna make fun of you, no one's gonna do this, no one's gonna do that. But if you're gonna talk about, yo, should I expose this girl that I was gonna give money to? Like, yes, we all gonna make fun of you because we told you about that before. Stop giving women money. Man, I'm staying home. I took off my mustache because it was not growing as thick as I thought it would. You don't know how to give yourself your own haircut, man? Yo, go bald, bro. Let me see you go bald and put it up here. Or you could do it stream live with me. Axel going bald. What do you do? You want to do that? What's up, Axel? You want to do that? All right, Paco. We don't even know who you're talking about, but all right. We could do a live, Axel, and you doing a haircut live. We could do it Axel Rod bald style. We'll find out. Nothing wrong with that, Axel. Nothing wrong. How much though? But now you're gonna be weary, bro. Okay, King Paco, your problem is fixed. I'm happy for you. Yo, Axel, how much? How much? Quanto? Quanto? No one saw your message. Don't worry about it. Only I see your message. For everything? Well, that's not a bad price considering the circumstances that we're in now. Hope so, bro. Hope so. Hopefully he grows up, finds himself a good, lovely woman, gets married, and sends pictures of his kids. Yeah, I know. Times are hard, so 20 ain't bad, bro. That was a price 20 some odd years ago. I mean, I'm 48, no, like 30 years ago. Really? Come on, bro. You could have used protection, bro, and you know what it is what it is, bro. But that's you. I guess, can knock it, can knock it. I respect that. It's happened to me before where I paid what she wanted to something I paid, and I was like, no, 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 I'm married. And then I ended up giving her money so she can leave me alone. I didn't give her the amount she wanted, but I gave her something so she could leave me alone. You stayed in Philly. Yo, Philly's not closed down, bro. Philly's not staying at home. I said, yeah, I stood on my back, bro. I stand there for a little bit. Yo, that reminds your Axel, you just remind me of a guy that we had. I used to work in Disney, and we worked together in Disney, right? And we met some girls, right? And the girls, like, I told the girl, yo, it's my boy's birthday today. You think you can hook him up? And she's like, yeah, I don't mind. He's cute. So I'm like, all right. So I go to my boy. We got 50% off discount in the hotel in Disney. It was a Swan Hotel, and I tell him, yo, this girl, yo, she wants to do something with you, yo. So it's our gift to you. We didn't pay the girl nothing. She said okay. So he was like, no, I'm gonna wait because I'm a virgin and I want my first time to be special, And I'm like, what? Get the fuck out of here. I'm like, yo, shorty. He said he didn't want to. What's up, me and you? She's like, all right, you cute too. I'm like, all right. I'm not gonna say no. Hell no. So you reminded me of him. And no one in Philly's wearing masks or nothing. Yeah, I know there's a cash symbol on that. It says insert ad. Ad inserted. Well, you know what you gotta do. ¿Qué estaba haciendo él, ma? Yes, there's a cash, a dollar sign next to the name. I mean, next to the photo, and it says ad inserted. So no, Paco, for you to do super chat, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, I know, actually, but people not doing that, bro. People just walking around like nothing, bro. Like nothing. They don't wear masks. They don't respect space. They just don't care. And when something happens, everybody should wear a mask. I don't care how silly you think you look. Wear a mask, just in case. Wear a mask. If the virus doesn't have anywhere to host, if it doesn't have a host, it dies. Yeah, no, nobody's wearing them. Nobody's not wearing them. Oh damn! I got 2 minutes left remaining on my Chrome. 2%. That means 7 minutes. The life as we know it will end on this computer. Dan and DJ and Super Bros, yeah, nigga. LOL. What up, Dan and DJ and Super Bros, white team sock. Well, cops are not wearing. Nobody's wearing it, bro. In New York, I saw transit cop wear it. New York has like 400 or 500 cops. Puerto Rico have 855 cops. Like 50 some odd came out positive, but they haven't done everybody yet. Well, guys, I want to let you go because my battery's running low. Take care, man. God bless. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel. Thank you, Marge Cohn. Thank you, Maria, for calling in. Have a great night, King. Hope everything's all okay with you. King Paco, answewr. God bless you, bro. Dan DJ, you're late, but thank you anyway. Hit the like button. So, peace out. ¿Con quién tú estás hablando? No estás jugando Xbox.